Hey guys, Kakarot197 again. This time with some Black Friday loot from HLJ's Black Friday sale. Starting off with some non-Gundam kits because it's very appropriate to buy Darth Vader on Black Friday. So at first, I wasn't really sure whether or not I wanted to get these because, yeah, there were some Gundam kits coming out at the time, but with Black Friday, you know, they were cheaper, so I decided, let's just go ahead and pick them up. Also, very shiny and nice box, very cool. Also, even the lower part is very nice and shiny, just like the real grade. And when we look inside, we have the lightsaber there. We have some water slide decals, which is very good. And, you know, Darth Vader, so it is very, very black. And in case you don't want to use the water slides, you also get normal stickers, which is really cool, giving you the option. And even a base that we're getting. That's pretty cool. That is a base, right? Let's see if it's just something for him to stand on. Or, yeah, that's probably just going to be something for him to stand on. And not something that shoves up his ass so he can do some crazy action poses. Other than Darth Vader, I also picked up the X-Wing. Didn't go for the TIE Fighter, unfortunately. Also, same very nice shiny box revealing my Dreamcast games on which my camera is. And let's see if we also get water slides and normal stickers. These are normal stickers and very nice. Oh, those are the plasma torpedoes, yep. For destroying the Death Star in a very believable fashion. Ooh, very nicely detailed. Very nicely detailed. I'm impressed. Wow. Little minifigures. Well, that's really muscle great quality. Color me impressed is very nice. And, oh! Awesome! I was getting worried here for a second, but it looks like we're also getting water slide decals. That's very cool. We get the really nice amount of options. That's awesome. And, oh, the gap in the Death Star where the torpedoes go in. Got the manual. This X-Wing is very good looking. Now I'm looking forward to buying it. Oh, Disney. Where is the time when all you guys did was kind of family movies? Then again, I guess Star Wars is turning kind of into a family movie. You know, with Han Solo not shooting first and stuff. Because he's a good guy. Another great thing about Black Friday is you can buy model kits that are normally horribly expensive for slightly less expensive. The Delta Gundam, how much was this thing again? Like 3,000? Oh, 4,200 yen. Yeah, getting an extra discount on this guy was really nice. It was just slightly too expensive for me, but with that extra added discount, man, this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. And if they're going to use a lot of undergating, let's see. Yeah, that looks like almost... Well, not just all, pretty much all the parts seem to be undergated or have the nub marks in places that will be hidden. So, I really wonder how it's going to turn out. But just judging from the runners, it's going to look absolutely stunning. Ah, this one does have them both sides. So attention to detail, then I have to say the color on this machine is fantastic. It looks really nice. I think this blue is going to contrast the gold really well. And then we have like the burgundy red. I am really looking forward to putting this thing together. The one thing that always put me off about it was the price. But having it in my hands now, this thing is going to be really sweet. So I'm really, really looking forward to this, and I hope it is going to turn out as good as I think it's going to. You know, without too many nub marks and stuff. Let's put everything there. And be careful not to scratch anything. Come on. In you go. And talking about buying horribly expensive things for slightly less, the next thing is ridiculously expensive for what we're getting. Remember how the golden one was 4,200 yen? Well, this thing is 3,000 yen for a jet core booster. Anyone want to guess how much jet core boosters we're getting for 3,000 yen? You might think 10 or at least 5 or at the very least a squadron of 3. No, all we're getting is one measly jet core booster for 3,000 yen. I mean, not only is this thing small, it's not even molded in the correct colors at all. The jet core booster has 2 colors. 3 if you want to include the canopy, which is clear. It comes in gray, broken white, and blue, still broken white. Can anyone tell me where the hell the price in this thing went? I mean, this is all we're getting for 3,000 yen, like, holy shit. I knew this thing was going to be bad, but somehow I didn't expect it to be like this, you know, molded in gray, the correct kind of gray, have it molded in blue, the blue that's on the thing already. Nah, it is a cool looking thing, so I'm not super disappointed, but still, I mean, who would buy this for 3,000 yen without any discounts? I mean, I think I got for like, let's quick calculation, like 35% off, so around 2,000 yen, I guess, but then still, I mean, wow, I would have never got this thing without an additional discount. This is like, really, what were they thinking? Where did the money go? It's not even super detailed or anything. The X-Wing is way more detailed, and I know that that is a more modern fighter, but a more modern molecule, but still, even for the time, this thing really isn't all that detailed. It's not as detailed as a monster grade, and pretty much just like high grade. Now then, moving on to the other stuff I got. GPO3S, unfortunately not with Dendrobium. And let's see what we're getting here. Ethan. Nobody saw this thing. Nobody saw that. And, well, what do we have here? A core fighter, which is almost as big as the jet core booster. Hey, hey! And pretty much exactly as detailed. Immediately proving my point after I've done it. So, looks like the shield has some folding action going on with it as well. That's pretty sweet. So, it has a folding bazooka now. Does that thing fold as well? Interesting. Well, that bazooka sure looks intriguing. And then we get the manual. Now, I think I missed a sticker somewhere. How much stickers do we get? Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. Well, the usual, some eye stickers and some green sensor ones and a few red ones as well. Put this back. Talking Gundams, next up, new Gundam, High-Rated Universal Century. And I have to say, of all of the new Gundams, I still think that the High-Rated Universal Century looks the best by far, even including the Virgin Katoki Master Grade. But that is pretty much because, well, the Virgin Katoki looks really badass, but if we're talking about anime accuracy, this thing is still... Ooh, those beams. Man, they look awesome. And as I was saying, as far as anime accuracy goes, I think I'm going to stick with this guy. And really, I should have gotten this thing a long time ago. Now, let's see. Oh, that's pretty cool. Multicolor bazooka. That's not something we see a lot on high grades. I'm thinking now. Huh. Multicolor bazooka on a high grade. No, can't really think of it. No, that's pretty sweet. Real grades have it, but that's... Huh. The head is molded in one part. That's not something we see a lot either. And we got the unicorn markings, really good. Fin funnels. I believe only a few are functional, if I remember correctly. I think I've seen that like 2 of them or so were functional and the others are just kind of there. Gun metalish, like the Seed Remaster. That's pretty cool as well. Kind of shiny. And, oh, some more. Well, I have to say, this model kit definitely impresses me. And I'm really looking forward to building it. And looks like the beam rifle is going to be in correct colors. The handle is supposed to be white. That's pretty good. Alright. Oh, and those are probably the 2 ones that are functional. And separate beam. Yeah, it is looking very nice. New Gundam, I'm impressed. I guess the new really is the true meaning of Gundam. Now I should just go ahead and get the high new. I can't really say that I'm a huge fan of the Master Grade Katoki version, but the high grade sure looks awesome. Up next, Qubeley Mk-II, piloted by LP Peru. Unfortunately, they never released a normal version of Kakarot197 Qubeley. And yeah, this is probably going to be an exact remold of the normal Qubeley. I think I have 2 elements. Yeah, I think that was the exact same as, let's see what the sticker sheet says. High grade Qubeley and Qubeley Mk-II. Yeah. Oh wait. Rub transfer. I don't think the normal Qubeley came with the rub transfer ones. Can't remember. That would be awesome. That's awesome. Well, it wouldn't be awesome that the normal Qubeley didn't come with them, but it is awesome that this one does come with them. This, yeah, same kind of Qubeley. And on here it just says Qubeley and Qubeley. But then I guess that also means that the model kit does have one issue, because the Qubeley Mk-II was supposed to have a few more fin funnels, I believe. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's the difference between the normal Qubeley and the Qubeley Mk-II, that Qubeley Mk-II has a few more fin funnels, like 2 or something. Dude, that would be kind of a shame if they just said, nah, let's remold the entire, let's just use the same mold as for normal Qubeley. Screw the difference, nobody will notice. Except for that one guy. Or 2 guys. And because it was the Black Friday sale and you needed a minimum amount to get the additional % off, I decided to get myself a second Gym Custom and a second gun cannon. Though I guess the gun cannon technically isn't a second, because the gun cannon I had was the gun cannon from the Operation V set, which is a different color. Slightly different, but different nonetheless. So yeah, this is more vibrant red. And this one, no, it is kind of white with a greenish tint to it. It does have the 108 and 109s. And well, this is also kind of green, so I guess the color difference between the gun cannon... Jump cut, because business called on the phone. So where was I? Yeah, the gun cannon, the color doesn't seem to be as... Well, the color doesn't seem to be as different between the gun cannons as it was between the Gundams, because this does seem to have that same kind of greenish tint going on with the gray and the white that the gun cannon had from the Operation V set. So that's going to be an interesting comparison. And I should also have some decals left from the Operation V set, so I can make this guy kind of look the same as a 108 and a 109. And you know, I guess it would kind of look a bit better to have like two almost identical gun cannons, just slightly different color to differentiate Hayato and Kai. You know, I guess that, well, probably. I'll see how that turns out. Next up, Jim Custom. Let's quickly unbox it again. We've already seen what it's like. It's an awesome model kit. If you haven't gotten one already, I highly recommend getting one. Now, we get two beam sabers. Unfortunately, only one place to store them. However, you can modify the thing to store to beam saber, because the backpack is the exact same one as with the Alex, but let's see if I can show it on here. Where'd the backpack go? Ah, there we go. As you can see, this here is the open one, this one is the closed one. The only difference is that they closed the gap. So if you take a file, sand that top away or cut it away, the insides will still take the beam saber just fine. So if you're careful enough and cut it out exactly the way this thing is cut out, you can have your Jim Custom wield a beam saber. Wield two beam sabers. Just like this. And finally, after this thing, I also filled up the queue with some older model kits. The Zaku Cannon. I'd wanted to buy this thing for quite a while, never really got around to it. And this is the Zeta Cannon version, meaning it's blue. Kind of odd, but I guess it's this here. Even though, well, it is kind of blue on here, but doesn't really seem to be the same kind of blue. This is much more subdued, and this is more of a, you know, vibrant blue, like from the Isaac, the Ewag Zac. So, yeah, this is going to need quite a lot of painting to look as it should. And because this is an exact remold of the original Gundam version, this also has the bunny ear version, and yeah, you can make the bunny version. Let's see if the manual makes a mention of that, because the bunny ear version isn't supposed to be in Zeta Gundam, because that was a unique one for a certain unit in Xeon. Oh, they do mention it. It seems like the bunny ear version is a standard one. And on the box it does, oh no, wait, that's probably just cut off. And yeah, we are supposed to use the normal antenna rather than the bunny ears. Let's see. Yeah, I guess these are different ones. Yeah, from Zeta Gundam. At least the water slides are different. And then, come on. Back it up. The Monster Grade version of this thing is apparently really awesome, by the way. And then I decided to go ahead and get the Gouf flying test type. Not flying type, flying test type. And, well, just like Zaku Cannon, I've been wanting to kind of pick this thing up for quite a while now. I have the one from the OA the Mess team on back order, so really hoping to get that thing relatively soon. But until that time comes around, I guess I'll just have to do it with this thing. And looking at the colors of the runners, it's not actually that bad of a color scheme. I actually kind of like it. Just the way this is. So I thought about just painting the chest black and then the back of the face black, because the mono eye is on the water slides, and we do get the Gouf lady, though she appears to be very, very white. So wait, why are we getting the Gouf lady and Sinya with a Zeta Gundam machine? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Also, we get two different mono eyes. I can't imagine having to use the other one. we only get one head, don't we? Let's check out the amount. Yeah, that's just the one head that we're getting. And oh, we can choose whether it's a commander or not. You can leave. Oh, right. Do they do the usual thing with these models, or do they just assume that the Gouf should have the commander antenna? Oh no, this time it is already opened. They don't do it like with the Zaku, where you have to open up the gap. Because, of course, the Gouf should always have that antenna, but it would kind of be cool to have, like, a Gouf without the antenna. I think, now I'm wondering if the Proto Gouf had an antenna as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. But, you know, maybe I really think I'm not going to paint the white, or maybe make it gray, or just give it a stray build with some black on the chest. I'll see what I do with that thing. And the final thing I got isn't a model kit, it's a Figma Kaki Ranko from the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls. But really, I got it because I like the way she looks. Same story as with the Star Wars figures, well, Star Wars model kits. I kind of liked her, wanted to get this figure, but never really got around to it because, well, Figmas are kind of expensive. And you know, usually there always was a model kit that was much cheaper and that I got instead. But with the Black Friday sales, I decided, you know what? She looks really nice. Comes with that gothic umbrella, the whole gothic outfit, and, you know, why not with the Black Friday discount? Huh. For sale in Japan only. じゃあ、ここには本当に日本ですよ。それから、今日の天気はとっても悪いですから、彼女は嬉しくありません。じゃあ、これは全部です。And that just leaves us with the question of what to build next. I'm probably very likely going to build Darth Vader next because, well, he's molded entirely in black with some stickers, so that's probably going to be a very quick build. And then afterwards, I am kind of inclined to build a Delta Gundam because, just as Darth Vader won't require a lot of panel lining with the gold coating, no way I'm going to put panel lines on the gold coating, and the thing is almost entirely gold coated. And on top of that, the gold coating will look fantastic. But then, of course, there's also the Delta Gundam. No, I mean the Lightning Gundam and the Power Gym. And then there's also the Blockhead. So I think Darth Vader, and then either the Lightning Gundam, which I keep wanting to call Delta Gundam, or the Power Gym. One of those two. And after that, I'll probably go for the Blockhead, and then it'll be either Power Gym or Lightning Gundam, followed by the Delta Gundam, and then I'll see where I go from then. Of course, I'm not going to build the Gundam Cannon and Gym custom immediately because, hey, I've already built them. Qubeley Mk-II, GPO3, and the X-Wing, especially the Jet Core Boost Reader, and these two, those are probably going to go on the backlog. And then the new Gundam, well, I am really looking forward to seeing what that thing has in store, because looking at the parts and just looking at the runners, it's made me very intrigued to see how good that thing is, because judging just from the parts, it looks like it's going to be a really great model kit. And I really hope it will not disappoint, because, you know, the new Gundam from Char's Counterattack show us the real meaning of Gundam. And well, that's all for this unboxing video, and see you guys next time.